Time now for our Life and Info segment, where we focus on information useful for your everyday life. Today, we're going to talk all about South Korea's first ever duty-free shops in the arrivals part of the airport, rather than the usual stores we find in departures. They're seen as much more convenient for passengers who don't want to lug their purchases around for hours on the plane and waiting for their bags. Just buy and then go. So, from sharing the most popular items to how to shop wisely, I'm happy to say we have our Dami in the studio with us. Hello, Dami.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us today. So, I'm aware that 3 of these arrival duty-free stores are already here in Korea. 2 of them at Incheon International Airport's Terminal number 1, which is the main one, the big one, and then 1 at Terminal 2, which is the smaller one that just opened.
Right. So after immigration, you have to wait for your luggage at the baggage claim, which can be a pain in the neck, right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes that wait for your backpack or suitcase to emerge can be quite long and boring, at least for me. But it's the perfect time for you to shop your way through the jet lag.
Yeah, it's a big problem if you're taking a long intercontinental flight. You don't really like waiting for your suitcase for 30 minutes. You just want to get out of there.
Oh, of course.
So I do hear that these arrival duty-free shops are located right by the baggage reclaim area. So if you do have a bit of time, you can do some shopping to relieve your stress or whatnot. It's been over 1 month since the shops opened at the airport, so we all want to know, what do the passengers, the customers, think of this new service thus far?
So, of course, the convenient location is the main selling point of the arrival duty-free shops. And it looks like there are certain items that people go for when duty-free shopping for both arrival and regular duty-free shoppings. So, liquor like whiskey, vodka, and gin is by far the most popular item, followed by makeup, perfume, and food. A $559 golf club is the most expensive item for sale. $8 cotton pads, the cheapest.
Okay, so I'm looking at the chart on the screen there, Dami, and I notice one glaring omission, which is tobacco, like cigarettes. You can buy a carton of them much cheaper than you can in most other countries. As far as I remember, tobacco has always really topped the sales chart, way ahead of anything like cosmetics and fashion.
You're right. The reason is you're actually not allowed to buy tobacco products at the arrival duty-free shops, as there are concerns that people may buy and resell them for a higher price to other people. So the shops handle around 10 items now, including sunglasses, Korean ginseng, some electronics and chocolate, just no tobacco. And yes, some visitors wish they had more options.
I came to buy some makeup, but the options are quite limited.
Speaking as a customer, I wish the purchase limit was higher.
Now, the second customer you spoke to there mentioned a purchase limit, and I'm led to believe, as a semi-frequent traveler, that you can purchase up to $3,000 worth of goods as you depart the country at these departure duty-free shops. But at these new arrival duty-free shops, I hear that figure is much smaller than that, around $600.
Right. So in total, you can purchase up to $3,600 worth of goods at duty-free shops. But tax exemption per person is unchanged at $600. So let's say I'm on a vacation in the Maldives, and there I spent $1,000 for my summer wardrobe. And
Very
I would
nice.
have to, I
Lucky you.
know, I would have to declare that spending when I arrive back in Korea, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as I'm back on Korean soil, I spend another $600 on makeup and cosmetics, on perfume at the new arrival shop. Then I get my tax exemption on the makeup I bought at the arrival duty shop, because domestic products, get tax exemptions first.
Well, I never realized you were such a luxury traveler and enjoyed shopping so much, Dami, but
I wish.
carry on.
And normally I would get a 25% tax exemption on the clothes because clothes have the highest tax exemption rate. For cosmetics, it's just 20%. So keep that in mind when shopping. The arrival shops are expected to create hundreds of new jobs here in Korea, and hopefully it will further encourage both locals and foreigners to spend more money in the country, boosting the local economy. Right now, there are only around 150 airports in the world. They offer arrivals duty-free services to passengers out of 88 countries recently surveyed. So it's a rarity right now. And South Korea also plans to expand the arrival duty-free shops depending on how well they perform.
Well, we hope they do perform well because, like you say, they are expected to create hundreds of much-needed jobs here in Korea. And if you are buying a bottle of liquor or alcohol for someone you know, it seriously is much more convenient to buy it at an arrival duty-free shop rather than buying it in another country, waiting around for your plane, putting on the plane, and then going through the whole thing as well. But it's great that Korea has incorporated it into Incheon International Airport, already ranked among the best in the world. So this is surely going to boost up those scores as well, right?
Definitely. And it's summertime, which means more shopping and more in and out of the country. So hopefully more locals and foreigners enjoy this arrival duty-free services.
Well, I'm sure you'll make good use of it before you go to the Maldives and spend a bunch of money.
I will. Hopefully, I will.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Dami, as always, for that. And after the newscast, you can tell me where you're going to go on vacation next time.
I will.
Okay, well, that's where we're going to leave it for now. Now we're going to turn to our weather update.